What is happening, guys? Ari here with Boston Automotive Consulting, and as always, this video is brought to you by SaveOnMyAuto.com, where you can go on and get a head start on doing everything that I'm going to be talking about in this video, as far as how to go about getting a car dealership to do exactly what you need them to do. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing, because this channel is going to give you everything you're going to need to know so that you can negotiate your best possible deal. And what I want to talk about in this video is how I would go about getting a car dealership to do exactly what I need them to do. So after you've reached out to a few dealers and sort of got ballpark pricing out of the way, or maybe if you're planning on going to a dealership to test drive first, how I would approach the whole thing is going into that dealership, and on the first contact, after you've met, after you've shaken hands with the salesperson, is by stating up front that, listen, this may be the most easiest transaction that you've ever had. However, what I do need to tell you is that I'm only here to test drive this vehicle for the time being, and my intention is to work out the best possible price with you after I've left for today. So you go to the dealership and they know that you're there just for the test drive. They may try and ask you, what can we do to make the numbers work today? If you've got a number in mind, still do not give it out, because as soon as you discuss that you're open to try and get the deal done that day, they don't want you to leave until you've gotten the deal done that day. So go do your test drive, take some notes, make sure that you're well acquainted with the vehicle, and go home. What you want to do next is most of the time after you visited the dealership, the follow-up process is intense. They're going to be looking for you. The idea behind communicating with the dealership, with the salesperson, or even if, say, the sales manager reaches out, is knowing exactly how you're going to be responding. See, not having a clear-cut game plan in place as to what you're trying to get done, if there's any other obstacles in the way, such as credit approval, or there's other aspects of the deal, such as your trade-in, you want to gather sort of all your concerns and itemize them into a list. The reason why I say you want to make a list of all your concerns is that you want to use this as the table of contents for your negotiation. What you're going to try and get done is create a template email that lists out exactly the terms of the deal that you're looking for. If you've got your FICO Auto Score 8 handy, you want to list out what your credit score is so they know exactly that they'd be able to approve you on the best possible terms and not have that as a roadblock for them. They want to be able to quote you payments without the hurdle of you having a lower score than they expected. So if you don't know your FICO Auto Score 8, I've got a link in the description below so that you can have that ready for them as soon as they ask, how's your credit? So list out the terms of the deal that you're looking for, tell them what your credit score is looking like, and tell them any other details behind the deal. If it seems as though they don't have the vehicle that you're looking for, show them a comparable vehicle identical to what you're looking for, maybe from another dealership's website, or maybe if you want to log on to cars.com and find the vehicle, show them exactly the vehicle so that there's no other guesswork involved. What you're doing right now is eliminating all of the headaches of the salesperson. It's supposed to be a very, very simple, straightforward, time-saving deal that will set you up for a very, very pleasant interaction with the dealership. The idea behind all of this is once you get all of that over to the salesperson, what they can do is get an agreement from their sales manager and schedule a time where you can come in and complete all the paperwork. So all that you're doing is finishing up paperwork and taking delivery. How I like to approach a dealership is when I've got a client that I'm working a deal out for, I like to take the exact vehicle that I need. If they've got a trade-in, I typically have the client themselves go to CarMax and establish a baseline trade-in value that I put together with the offer that I'm giving to the dealership, letting them know that these are my two items, the deal I'm looking for, the trade-in value that I'm looking for, the client's FICO Auto Score 8, and in return, what I'd be receiving back is a green check mark saying, all set, your client can come in, wrap up paperwork, and that's that. If the dealership doesn't have the car and you've sent them a vehicle that's identical at a competing dealership, believe me, they will be willing to pull that identical vehicle from the other dealership. And if you're having a hard time getting that dealership to bring in that identical vehicle, what you do is you take your template email, send it directly to that other dealership's sales manager. You can find that usually by going to that dealership's website that has the car, going to the About Us section, clicking Meet Our Staff, finding the general sales manager, or just by calling the dealership, asking the receptionist for the general sales manager's email address. You want to be directing your questions, your to-do list, if you will, to the correct people. By wasting too much time on the phone with an internet sales department rep that may have to ask questions to another sales manager, etc., you may be making the task even more difficult. The idea behind internet sales departments is they're going to give you the best price on the car to get you to come in. However, they won't incorporate all of the other sort of necessary line items, such as maybe your trade-in value, if you don't have perfect credit, or if it's a vehicle that they don't have in stock. You want to take all of your concerns and give them to the person that's either in charge or is directly associated with the person that's in charge. In essence, the salesperson running up to the sales manager. You want to be communicating directly with these people so that you can get your process going along quickly and not physically at the dealership. You want to be doing it at work or at home when you've got some free time, or you've got some time in between where you're not actually physically there waiting for them to give you the answer. So guys, I hope that this video helped you in trying to understand how the pros approach a car deal. If you found this information useful and you want to see more of these new car buying and negotiation tip type videos, please consider subscribing. And don't forget to visit saveonmyauto.com down in the link in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.